Listen, if you have been blessed to be with someone that doesn't stress you out, it's very easy to get along. Um, Everything is just free flowing for the most part, meaning it's not a lot of resistance, it's not a lot of just issues going on that takes over your mental power. Consider yourself lucky, okay? Consider yourself lucky. This discussion is really going to be about turning the emphasis and the focus back on you and how you can definitely find your power, concentrate, and get things accomplished that you've always wanted to get accomplished, okay? I wouldn't have discovered this if it wasn't for me removing things out of my life that were no longer serving me, i.e., my divorce. We don't know how much brain power is directed towards someone that you are not compatible with. And it's not even about compatibility because you could be with someone that you're compatible with, but for some reason, y'all have some friction going on to where it's taking over your brain power. And it doesn't even have to be a relationship, it can be anything in life. But I want to talk about as far as giving your energy to another person that is in your life. Even if the person is not in your life, I have found since I have been a single woman for a year, I have been a single woman for a year. And I've had some, men come into my life that has tried to date me and we, get on talking terms. And I have now realized that that even takes up too much brain power. Let me explain. When we have goals in life, it can be something as simple as I just want to get up and walk in the morning every single morning, have a healthy breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and try to get to bed on time. And I have a goal to read this book a chapter a night before bed instead of watching TV. When someone is stressing you out, when you have to dedicate time to wonder, why are you mad at me? Did you like your dinner? You seem like you're bothered by something. Is this something we should talk about? I feel a lack of connection. You seem whatever it can be whatever. Even if something as simple as your mate is bothered by something and you don't know why because they're not communicating with you, that can take up your brain power to where you lose focus over your goals. Something simple as I met a guy and he didn't call me back right away. Do you know that I spent brain power wondering, did I say something? Did I do something? Was my armpit, what's happening? Why didn't he call me right away? I spent brain power on something that it really didn't matter. If you didn't call me back, I should be like, okay, he didn't call me back. He wasn't feeling me. That's it. That's all. I'm moving on. But as people, we spend brain power wondering why someone feels a certain way or why they didn't call us back. Why didn't they just keep it real? Why did you bother me anyway if you had no intentions of going anywhere? These things take up our brain power and keeps us from our goals. It keeps us from focusing on what we need to focus on to move forward in our own life. A lot of people don't believe that being in a toxic relationship can either make you or break you. Make you meaning that you rise up and come out on top knowing that this is draining me. This isn't helping me in any way in my life. Living day by day arguing, living day by day sad, living day by day unfulfilled. It takes up your brain power. And if you let it make you, then you can come out on top and you can figure things out. And like I said, as always, know what you will and will not tolerate. But sometimes people don't make it out on top because they are in love with this person. They want to make it work with this person by any means necessary. And to continue to worry and think and ponder about all the problems that they have, their self-esteem just continues to go low. Self-worth continues to go low. Goals and aspirations continues to go low. Then you done lost yourself because you're dealing with somebody that is not emotionally stable. You're dealing with somebody that is taking your mental and physical power. That's why it's so important to sometimes to just leave even with nothing, to get up out of there, because I can tell you right now, I have less than what I had as far as monetary funds. And I am more fulfilled, more happy with less money than when I had a lot of money dealing with toxicity. You gotta start focusing back on yourself. Even if you're not ready to leave a toxic relationship, you need to leave somehow, some way mentally to focus back on yourself. Because a lot of toxic people, they try to take your brain power and your physical energy on purpose. They do certain things that makes you aggravated, upset, and overwhelmed on purpose. It's a lot of ways to ignore people like that. And if it's a reason why you can't get out of a situation at that moment, meaning you just cannot get out for whatever reason, it's time to start taking your power back mentally. They say, they call it quiet quitting. Quiet quitting, meaning only you know what's happening. You have to start quiet quitting with people that you can't get away from immediately. You have to start putting the emphasis back on yourself. If not, you are not going to reach any goals. You're not going to move forward in life. You're just going to be stuck in some mud. I'm telling you, I've been single for a year, and just a little bit of interaction with another man and him not calling me made me overthink what happened. I don't need to be wondering about what happened. You didn't call me back. You must have didn't like me. That's it. That's all. I'm moving on. But human nature, we sit and ponder. I wonder why. And I sat and thought about it all day, maybe for 2 days, maybe 3 days. That's too many days to be thinking about why someone did not call me. That mental power was wasted behind that. Just imagine if that's someone significant in your life and they're doing these things. We worry about so much. Why he acting funny? Why he didn't call me? I wonder, do he think I can cook because he haven't been eating his food? He seemed unsatisfied. Why he didn't hold me last night? Why he didn't tell me good morning this morning? We sit and wonder these things and waste our brain power. Instead of overthinking, we need to start underthinking. Do you understand me? Because a lot of things that we worry about is because of somebody else's problems. Somebody else has got something going on and we are trying to figure out what it is, and it's wasting our brain and body power. That man probably didn't call me back because he got somebody else. And if he do, it's okay. But it's the fact that he's not going to tell me that. And I'm sitting here wondering, okay, is it me? What did I say? What did I do? Was my armpit stank? What's happening? Even if it's someone significant, if they're not telling us what is going on in their mind, we sit and we fester over it. And we got to stop doing that. I'm starting to realize too, it's so many people with problems now, and it's only a very few people that are trying to heal. And it's like this. I consider myself on the end of I am trying to heal, I'm trying to do better, I'm trying to be better. I would like to connect with someone that is on the same frequency. But it's so many people that are hurt that aren't willing to figure out why they're hurt, get some therapy, get some help, or try to help themselves so they can now be on the same frequency with someone that's trying to make their life more better. The ratios are not adding up. And like I said, I try not to talk bad about men on my channel because it doesn't apply to all men, because you do have some men that are really good when it comes to mental health. But for the majority, men do not know how to help themselves mentally. It's a lot of women that are the same. However, it's more women that are trying to keep themselves mentally stable, mentally and physically healthy than there are men that are trying to do it. And therefore, it's making it hard. Like I said, I'm very, very prepared to be alone for the rest of my life, entertaining myself. And you know, in the last video that I talked about children, it doesn't apply to children. Children do grow up and become adults. I'm an adult child and I have a strained relationship with my parents. So if my children ever grow up and we just don't see eye to eye and they feel it's necessary for me not to be in their life or vice versa, it can happen. Children are not exempt. We are responsible for them until they actually grow up. What that age is, I don't know. But by the age of 40, you should have been and figured things out by now, okay? By the age of 40, your children should not be stressing the parent out. 20-ish, early 30s, maybe so. I was a late bloomer myself. I didn't stress out my parents. I left and went to the army. So I was left to myself to figure things out. And I can honestly say I didn't really mature until maybe 30. I'm just being honest. Maybe 30. And even if I'm still growing, I'm 44 and I'm still figuring things out. I'm still figuring things out. Okay. So it's never ever, it's never gonna stop. You're gonna be figuring things out for a long time. I talk to people in their 60s and 70s, and they say they are still figuring things out too when it comes to life, money, retirement, all the things, you know? So, anywho, all that to say is focus on yourself. Focus on yourself and your power, your mental power, on your goals, on what'll make you happy. Focus on yourself. Stop giving energy to your people who don't deserve it, even if they live right in the house with you. If they don't deserve your mental energy, don't give it to them. Start underthinking in a lot of situations. I promise you, it'll help. I hope this video wasn't all over the place, child. I'm enjoying it. I hope you all are enjoying the videos too. If it's a topic that you all want to talk about, let's get into it. Comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I never say that. You know, before we end this video, I'm a person that you should watch what you put out in the universe. But I can honestly say that I do not do social media to blow up and become famous. And I want a lot of people to like and a lot of people to subscribe, a lot of people to comment. I could care less about any of that. I do it out of passion. I do it because I love helping people. I can care less about getting famous and blowing up and all that. So that's why I never say like, subscribe, share my content. I never say all those things. It'd be nice if y'all do it. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know what to do. Everybody a YouTube expert. But I never say it. But I'm going to say it today. Like, comment, subscribe, share if your heart desires. Okay? I'll see y'all for the next one.